Hayes.
Now the ball pops loose, and Maple Grove's going to have it.
Right out in front, they score! Welcome to Sports Jam for the week of June 8th. I'm John Jacobson.
And I'm Jay Wilcox. This week on the show, highlights from a slew of section lacrosse finals. We'll meet an Osseo golfer who won a section title in our Sports Jam Spotlight.
And Jay talks with the state-bound Armstrong baseball team. First up, the state track and field meet. Friday's day one saw individual state championships for Hopkins' Joe Klecker in the boys 3200 and Allison Garrett's in the girls long jump. Saturday brought more titles for local athletes. Beautiful Saturday for the Class AA championships. Boys 4x800 relay, Hopkins and Wayzata neck and neck until the Royals' Seth Eliason pulls away late. The Royals set a new school record, winning in 7:53.75. Girls 100 meters. In white in the middle is Jada Caldwell of Chanhassen. Next to her Navy is Miata Flemister-Smith of Champlin Park. Caldwell wins. Smith is the runner-up. Boys 100. In blue is Egan's Sam Zenner. Next to him in the red, white, and blue, Armstrong's Evan McClellan. Zenner wins in 10.55 seconds. McClellan is second, 4/100ths of a second back. Joe Klecker of Hopkins, who nearly set a state meet record in the 2 miles, sets one in the 1600-meter run, winning in 4 minutes, 6.54 seconds, breaking Nick Schneider's record of Vanille from 2001. Girls 400 meters, Honor Finley of Bloomington Kennedy pulls away and wins by nearly a second, 54.99 seconds at her time. Osseo Bombadelli of Park Center finishes fourth. Boys 400 meters, in gold to the left of your screen, Wayzata's Tyler Didier. He finishes third, picking up valuable team points for the Trojans. LaRon Norton of Eastview wins in 48.26 seconds. Ruby Stauber of Wayzata set a new state meet record Saturday. She finishes the 800 meters in 2 minutes, 6.5 seconds, breaking a record that had stood since 1986. In the field events Saturday, this is Michaela Baker of Armstrong. She had a great weekend, placing second in the long jump, and then she wins the triple jump Saturday. Her best leap, 37 feet, 11.5 inches. Boys long jump, a second place finish for Wayzata's Wesley Jackson. 22 feet, 1/4 inch, his best jump. Luke Russell of Totino Grace places third. Finally, watch this guy wind up and throw. It's Park Center's Terrence Howard. He wins the Class AA discus with a best effort of 176 feet, 5 inches. Here's what some of the medalists and winners had to say after their events.
Feels great. It's all of our first state championships. It's a big deal for us. We put a lot of work into this. Been working all year. We felt pretty confident coming into the race, but we knew Wayzata and Stillwater were going to be really tough. It was a great race.
I knew about it. It's something I've been looking at, and I was, within a half a second at sections, so I was like, oh, I think I can do that, but I mean, the goal is to come and win.
It's just kind of a little bonus. I know that the stadium record was Ben Blankenship at 4:09, so I was kind of gunning for that because he's kind of someone I look up to. I think I let up a little bit. I feel like I could have gone 4:05, 4:04, but I was happy with it.
It feels great. All the hard work that I've been putting in has paid off, and I mean, it's kind of surreal to put into words, but I mean, to achieve this has been something I've been dreaming about since I've been in high school.
No, I'm not happy at all about this. Second place, I was hoping to get first place in both, but it looks like that didn't happen for me.
Here are the final Class AA team results. No first place finishes in any event for Wayzata, but the Trojans boys win their second team title in 4 seasons. Eden Prairie finishes second with Hopkins third, and you see the scores for the other local schools. Lakeville South is the Class AA girls team champion with St. Michael Albertville second and Chanhassen third. Wayzata is the top local finisher, coming in 7th place. Jay, in the Class A meet, state individual titles go out to 7th grader Morgan Richter of Breck in the girls 3200 and the Providence Academy 4x100 boys relay team, Thomas and Marcus Clark, Will Johnson, and Connor White.
Exciting to see so many local athletes performing well there once again at state. Well, now to baseball, where Armstrong was 1 out away from a section title before Wayzata rallied to beat them to force a second game for the Section 6 3A title. And that second game scoreless until the top of the 5th. Armstrong's Matt Bachmeier beats out an infield hit to shortstop to score Josh Thorpe for a 1-0 Falcons lead after they'd stranded 7 runners. Jack Wibben follows with a deep drive to left field over the outfielder's head. Bachmeier scores easily on a triple for Falcons pitcher Wibben for a 2-0 lead. They add one more in the 5th and one in the 6th to lead 4-0. Wibben pitches well but runs into trouble in the 6th. Michael Bolke lines a single to center to score Clayton Bodine, and Wayzata's thinking rally as they get on the board. Jake Marsh comes through with a long drive to the gap in right center field. Another run scores as Marsh easily reaches third with a triple. It looks like Wayzata might repeat their earlier rally in the first game. Lance Kildee gets the ball for the 7th, and he ends up with the ball in the end as Suman Song's liner right into his glove for the last out. Armstrong wins 4-2 to repeat as section champ. We'll hear from the Falcons later in the show.
In Class 2A baseball, Providence Academy took aim at the Section 5 championship. After losing Game 1 to Delano 7-1, the Lions came back in the if game as they met the Tigers for the championship. Top of the 4th inning of a 2-2 game, and the Lions' Matthew Ferreira hits a ground ball to the right side. The Tigers get the out at first base, but Jackson Baird comes in to score from third on the play, and Providence takes a 3-2 lead. Big defensive play in the bottom of the 4th. Delano threatening, but Lions second baseman Daniel Fafinski starts a second to first double play, ending the inning and the Tigers' threat, keeping this a 3-2 game. Next inning, Fafinski takes away a hit off the bat of Brett Norling and hurt a little bit, but they get the out. Ben Arndt pitched the final 3 2/3 innings of the game for Providence Academy and did not allow a hit or a run. Here's the final out of the ball game. Providence Academy wins 3-2. Qualifying for state, capping a season-long goal for the Lions.
We've been thinking about the state tournament before the season even started. We knew in captain's practices that this was going to be our goal, and we were almost sure that we were going to make it to state, so we're really happy.
Providence opens state tournament play Thursday afternoon in St. Cloud. The Lions play Minnehaha Academy at 5:30. The semifinals are Friday afternoon in St. Cloud, with the Class 2A championship game set for 3 o'clock Saturday at Target Field. Heritage Christian Academy finished second in Section 4A. At the state boys tennis tournament, Wayzata's Nick Beattie lost a heartbreaker in 3 sets in the Class AA singles semifinals to Elk River's Josh Giroux. That put Beattie into the 3rd place match against Jackson Allen of Shakopee. A good rally here between the two underclassmen, but watch Beattie chase one down at the baseline and rip a forehand winner past Allen for the point. And Beattie's all smiles after that one. But Allen, who had won the first set 7-5, is the better player this day. 2 trade volleys here before Allen comes up with the winner, helping him to a 6-1 second set win as Beattie finishes in 4th place. Tough loss. Jake, a couple of losses for Beattie, it turned out, that second day of the tournament.
Well, I think that semifinal really took a lot out of him, and also of Josh Giroux, who lost in the championship, and also the Breck team taking second in the Class A team competition.
To Blake winning that. Yep.
That's right. Next up on Sports Jam, state softball, plus a slew of section finals in lacrosse, and a look ahead to the state tournament. Welcome back to Sports Jam. The state softball tournament wrapped up on Friday.
A couple of close ones from Maple Grove in Class 3A. Crimson faced Woodbury in the 3A quarterfinals. Bottom of the 1st inning, Metro Player of the Year, Sidney Smith, with a big swing into that pitch, driving it well over the fence in left field. A solo home run for Smith makes it 1-0 Crimson. She was her dominant self pitching as well, fanning 6 of the first 9 batters she faced. Woodbury pitcher Ashley Mitchell keeps the game close, though. They're going to strike out in the bottom of the 3rd, stranding Crimson runners at 2nd and 3rd base. The Royals put runners at 1st and 2nd with nobody out in the 7th, but Smith works out of trouble, getting a comebacker to end the game. And the Crimson win this one by a final score of 1-0. The news, not as good in the semifinals. Maple Grove falls 1-0 to eventual state champion Eastview. Crimson broke out the bats in the 3rd place game on Friday, whipping Becker 13-1 in 5 innings. Sarah Michael and Megan Mulcrone each knocked in 5 runs.
Now to lacrosse, where a number of local teams made bids to qualify for state as they played in section finals. At Irondale in the Section 7 girls final, Osseo Park Center meeting Champlin Park. Champlin Park's Hannah Krimble scoops up the loose ball here. turns and heads to the net and scores. The Rebels take a 1-0 lead. Osseo Park Center, though, goes in front. Hannah Foote spins away and works her way to the front to give OPC the lead, 4-3. They have a lot of trouble stopping Crimble in this one, though. She goes up high with the shot here to make it a 5-4 lead. It's 6-5 Rebels at the half. And holding a 1-goal lead, Crimble puts the pass away to make it 9-7. The Rebels hold on for a 9-8 win to advance to state for a second year in a row.
Hustle, and we had to outwork them. And we knew it was going to be close, but we pulled it through.
In the Section 5 championship, top seed Armstrong faced Irondale. Second half, Haley Holdall sets up Amy Master for the goal for Armstrong. And then Holdall ducks an Irondale defender and scores for an 8-3 Falcons lead. Master's pass is controlled nicely by Ella Halverson, and she spins and scores. Armstrong wins 10-4, and they return to state.
It feels great. This is our third time being back to state, and I mean, the entire team we all came together, and it was just really great. It's a great feeling. It's actually unexplainable.
In the first game of the girls' doubleheader at Osseo, Wayzata hoped to punch their ticket to state as they faced Anoka. Late first half, the rainy night, Tyra Swanson scores, and the Trojans lead 4-2 at the break. Second half, Swanson again with a run to the goal and a great shot to make it 7-4 Wayzata. The Tornadoes rally. Ashley Muckway's goal ties the score at 7. But Wayzata gets the next two. Caitlin Riley scores from the free position to make it 8-7 Trojans. Then Haley Schmidt whistles a shot in for a goal. The Trojans go to state for the first time in school history with a 9-7 win.
Last year we were on the same exact field playing Maple Grove. We went to triple overtime and didn't have this outcome as we had this game. And being a senior last time on the field, I didn't want this to be it. So going to state is what we were looking forward to the entire year.
All three local girls teams have tough matchups in the quarterfinals Tuesday at Hopkins. Champlain Park takes on Blake in the first game at 1 o'clock, followed by Armstrong and Lakeville South at 3, and then Wayzata versus Eden Prairie. The semifinals are at Minnetonka Thursday, and the championship also at Tonka on Saturday.
In boys lacrosse, two local teams that each had one loss played a thriller for the Section 8 championship. Maple Grove meeting top seed Wayzata in the section final. And Wayzata starts strong. Grant Long scores from long range to put the Trojans up 2-1 in the first quarter. After trailing 4-1, Maple Grove fights back. Hunter House makes a spin move and scores low to make it 4-3 after 1. Wayzata gets the only goals of the second quarter. Amar Batra on the move bounces the shot in for a 6-3 Trojans halftime lead on a rainy night. Maple Grove storms back, and they're helped by a costly turnover by the Wayzata goalie here. Jack Dugan scoops it up and scores into an empty net to even it up 6-6 after 3 quarters. And they keep the momentum into the fourth. Tom Walden cuts to the net and scores to make it 9-6 Crimson with about 5 minutes left. But it's Wayzata's turn to rally. Batra gets it to Adam Grooms, who fakes and then fires to tie at 9-9 with 15 seconds left. And we are headed to overtime. In the second OT, Jake Wilson wins it for Maple Grove, sneaking the shot in from a tough angle. Maple Grove is headed to state for the first time.
You know, it's incredible. I mean, we've come such a long ways, and I've been through it all almost with this team. I've been playing since my freshman year on this varsity team, and to now be a leader as a captain, a senior, and even the coach's son, it's just tough. You know, it's easy with these guys, though. I mean, we're such a good team. We're close. We're coming together, and we're having a great time this year.
Congratulations to the Crimson. Also at Park Center, top seeded White Bear Lake took on Osseo Park Center in the section boys final. Mason Hoddle is scoring for OPC 4.5 minutes in, tying the score at 1. But the Bears dominate play from there. Matt Swanson scores to make it 2-1 just 35 seconds later. Swanson will set up Connor Daynard for one of his 5 goals on the night here. Bears score 15 goals in the first half alone. They win their 3rd straight section title. 21-4 Bears is the final.
The Champlain Park boys were looking to repeat as Section 7 champion. The unbeaten Rebels taking on district rival Blaine in the final. Blaine's Tanner Jones from behind the net makes a great spin move and buries the shot. The Bengals open the scoring and they lead 2-0 after a quarter. Down by 3, Champlin Park's Mason Schmidt beats the defender and bounces a shot in, but the Rebels are still trailing 4-1 at halftime. The third quarter, though, is all Champlin Park. Trent Molnau uses a pick to get free for the goal, and it's tied 4-4 after 3. Down 5-4, Danny Fald sets up Gage Monson for the goal. Champlin Park evens things up at 5-5. But late in the game, it's Jones to Ridge Garage for the goal with just over a minute left. Blaine upsets Champlin Park 6-5. And here is a look at the state boys tournament. Maple Grove opens against White Bear Lake in the first game of the tourney Tuesday at Minnetonka, followed by 3 more quarterfinal games. The semifinals are Thursday at Hopkins with the championship Saturday at Minnetonka. And in addition to lacrosse and baseball, John, it's State Week in golf too.
That's right. A number of local players and a couple of teams will aim for high finishes in Coon Rapids, Jordan, and Becker. Speaking of golf, next up in our Sports Jam Spotlight, we'll meet that standout on the links for the Osseo boys golf team. The State Class 3A Boys Golf Tournament runs Tuesday and Wednesday at Bunker Hills in Coon Rapids. In this week's Sports Jam Spotlight story, we meet an Osseo High School senior whose hard work has him shooting for the top this week. He's a quiet player who leads by example. But JJ Svac is making plenty of noise on the golf course this spring. The Osseo senior has won a handful of tournaments, including medalist honors at the Section 5 3A meet. JJ shot a 4-under par round of 68 in his final round at Bunker Hills, and his scoring average for the season is 73.6.
Last year as a junior, shot a lot in the upper 70s, low 70s a couple times. This year, it's his consistency off the tee, on with his irons as well. This guy is putting up numbers that I haven't seen at the high school level.
I'd say my short game has probably improved the most, and a lot of it's mentally. Just being in like a better frame of mind out there on the course. It might not always be the fun to just putt around. It's a lot of fun being on the driving range and stuff like that, but you got to dedicate a lot of time to that.
I think for me it's a short game. I definitely respect that aspect of his game. It's almost every time it's up and down from probably 50 yards in, so that's probably the most part I look at his game.
JJ is a 4-year varsity player. He credits his older brother and other former Orioles players in his development.
My older brother, Ross Miller, played at Osseo. He's helped me a ton. And then a couple older guys like Dalton Charbonneau and Dayton Federley, played with them a lot growing up.
While he has natural talent, JJ's work ethic may be what sets him apart from others.
Yeah, it's like really tough for me to take a day off. Like I feel like I'm just gonna lose it all if I don't play for a little bit, so I'm constantly working at it.
Over the summer, this past summer, I saw him out here all the time, constantly working on the green, down at the range, just going out to par 3s and just constantly just going through those over and over and just working them out and figuring out what he has to do to get to where he wants to be, and he's done that.
He's always the first one there. He's always the last to leave. Even after golf, around a 9, he'll go either down to the driving range, go to the putting surface, and work a little bit more on his game, just like in basketball.
As the check, and now Svac, he's open for 3, and he hits.
Tim Tyson coaches JJ in both golf and basketball. Svac played junior varsity ball in 11th grade. He's a varsity guard as a senior. He's a 3-point shooting ace for the Orioles.
Senior year, just being out there with like the announcers and the crowd, it was a lot of fun. We've all played together for a pretty long time, and we all know each other pretty well. We're all pretty good friends, and it's just a lot of fun being with your friends.
Back to golf, and JJ is closing in on the end of his high school season. He'll play collegiately next year, something he's focused on the last 2 years.
I guess probably when I was like a sophomore, I started really thinking about like, wow, I want to play in college and stuff like that. And then last year it was like a main goal. Maybe even put a little too much pressure on myself to play good for like recruiting wise.
JJ has been a blessing to have. And like I said, his hard work pays off. Other kids see that and they want to be just like JJ. So JJ has meant a lot to our golf program over the past 4 years.
JJ is weighing his college choices. He will play golf and attend school at either Minnesota State Mankato next year or Mesa Community College in Arizona. Sports Jam returns in a moment as Jay talks baseball with the Armstrong Falcons.
Welcome back to Sports Jam. The Armstrong baseball team is headed back to the state tournament this week after a thriller in Section 6 over Wayzata. We're joined by Matt Bachmeier and also Jack Wibben. Starting with you, Matt. You guys came the other day and you looked like you almost had them. They came back and won. You know, how did you guys regroup for this one and play the second game so well?
We just knew we had to focus in, and we knew if we played our best game, we'd be able to beat them, no matter who they threw, no matter who we threw.
You guys had some base runners in the early innings and weren't able to get them across, but did you stay confident that, you know, eventually it was kind of going to break through like it did there?
Yeah, having those base runners really gave us confidence. Even though we didn't get them in with those clutch hits, it really gave us confidence to keep going and keep pushing for those runs.
You were talking to me about, you know, it was graduation night, senior party and all that, and then you have to come back and play an afternoon game. Was it tough to find the energy, or when it's this important, is it easy?
It was definitely tough at first, waking up and coming to the field and everything, but then once it got started, the adrenaline definitely jumped in there and it wasn't as tough.
I guess a little drama doesn't hurt too in these championships, right? I mean, that's got to be exciting to be involved in the game like the other day and this one, isn't it?
Yeah, closer games are always a lot more fun. You feel way more involved, and that stress keeps you going.
Got to play on a great field today. You got to play on a great field the other day at Siebert Field. Now CHS Field over in St. Paul, brand new. What are your thoughts about playing over there?
Oh, I'm very excited. I'm really looking forward to it.
All right, congratulations, Matt. Have fun in the state tournament.
Thank you.
And Jack Wibben, who not only pitched 6 innings, a great ball, had a triple to knock it around. You know, how exciting were you out there today, Jack?
Oh, I knew I started off with a walk there, so I didn't know if I had my control on this turf mound. It's a little bit different than normal mound, but I found a way to get it through, and I've been slumping a little bit at the plate lately. My average has not been the greatest, but it felt really nice to get that triple and get that rally started.
Even though you guys obviously would have preferred to wrap it up the other day, for you personally, was this a great opportunity to get a chance to pitch this game too?
Well, our horse, Jordan Kuznia, pitched that first game and got a few unlucky hits against him, but I wanted to see if I could make a difference in this game, and it was really nice to get out there and pitch a pretty good game with my dudes behind me making the plays.
How confident did you stay late in the game there? They kind of got some things going finally late. Were you starting to think like, oh, here we go again, or not?
Well, you never know with them. They're a good team. They're going to come back. You always got to put them down while you can, so I just try to keep the ball low and make the guys behind me make the plays, and our second baseman, Ricky Reed, make the play for me, so it was nice.
A lot of you guys got the opportunity, of course, last year to play in the state tournament. You know, will that help this time around, do you feel?
I think it will. The nerves maybe won't be as high, I don't know, but it's the state tournament. We going to be amped and excited, and we were that close last game in versus EP 5-4, I believe, so we're ready to jump out and get maybe the first win in Armstrong history in the first game of state baseball.
All right, congratulations on a great performance here and have fun in the tournament.
Thanks.
Jack Wibben and Matt Bachmeier, Armstrong Falcons, returning to the state tournament here for a second straight season. We'll leave you with a look at how the 3A bracket shapes up and then our plays of the week.
Throws it back out to Wilson. Wilson with a shot! And scores! And the liner right to Kilby for the catch. And Armstrong repeats as Section 6.
Our game of the week is Armstrong State Class 3A baseball quarterfinal against Mahtomedi. It's scheduled for Thursday at CHS Field, weather permitting. It airs Friday at 7 p.m. and Sunday morning at 10 on Channel 12 and 12.tv.
That's it for this week. 3 more state tournaments left.
Next week, our season finale featuring state lacrosse, golf, and baseball, plus our all-area softball and baseball teams. We'll see you then.